Welcome back to ESA Winter 2024. I am glad you all followed my advice and didn't go anywhere, seeing as you are here watching the Samurai Jack Battle Through Time run. It's going to be run by Ponton and it will be commentated by Ashma. If you guys are ready to go, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt Ponton. I run Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. The Samurai Jack is a cartoon series from America that started in the early 2000s. Had a season 5 in 2017, and 3 years later they released this game. And this game, according to Adult Swim Games, the publisher, they believe is fully canon to the entire. The game is fully canon in the series. Takes place in the final episode. So,
which is going to be very important for this particular run because we're actually not going to run the category that might show up on the overlay there because of your generous donations. We're actually going to be doing an upgrade.
Yeah, we're actually going to be doing the 50 common run. Also, I tend to call it the 100% collectible run because it's like, so we're basically going to have to go around. We're doing the new game run, but we're going to have to collect all 50 common medals. And doing all 50 common medals gives you the full ending to the game that you can unlock. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to be able to show it to you because we're trying to skip and save RTA.
Well, we're basically going to show it how you can get it yourself if you get the game, and then you can, watch it yourself once you play through the game.
Tutorial stream? Okay, tutorial stream. All right, let's go. So I'm just going to start it up here, but we're not going to start time yet until I'm ready to press A on the screen.
So
this is
count me down.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Samurai Jack. This is actually a game that I myself speedrun. I've done a run of this in ESA Summer 22, which is about 1.5 years old at this point. And just a little bit of the history there. Ponton was the first world record holder, if I remember correctly, in that category. He was then beat by... Actually, can't remember his name. Rondar? Yeah. And that was basically the time when I came in and started running this category a little bit more, because this is actually a game that most people will run the New Game Plus category, and that is like the more popular category that is being run off the game. For example, Coconuts was running this at AGDQ 2021.
Sounds about right. It's like first year after the game came out. Yeah.
And that is a very broken category. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because after I did my runs and got a world record, Matt over here basically went back to it and rerouted parts of it quite heavily. So if you remember, my run was about 50 minutes in-game time, and this guy here has pushed this down by another 6 minutes or so, down to 44 minutes. Now, sadly, you won't be seeing that category, but like we just said, we will be collecting all the 50 commons in the run.
We're coming up on our first one right here after I get done with this fight.
So this fight is pretty interesting. You are forced to get your first upgrade here, which will be the Ki, which you can see the red flame in the lower left corner, where you can't see it right now because it has been replaced by the gray flame because you just used the Ki. Here's the first Kamon, by the way, which I will check off the list if this pen will let me do that. And the way that big fight just worked there is Matt basically defeated 10, or was it 11?
10.
10 of these beetle robots, sorry. And then he will use the Ki, because there, for the first 10 that you defeat, more will spawn in. And after you have defeated 10, there is like the maximum amount of respawns happening. So if you then use the Ki to get rid of all of them, you instantly end the battle. He has now just accessed the most important skill, actually, I want to say, the rushing guard. What the rushing guard allows us to do...
my dash.
What the rushing guard basically is, as the name implies, when you're running and pressing the guard button, Jack will do this, rushing dash, as you see there. And then you can combo a move out of it, which is this flip kick he does. And that has very good tracking on it, which means that you will be able to hit a lot of enemies with it at once and make the fights basically go faster. Now, depending on the weapon you have equipped, Jack will do different moves with it, but you will see Ponton do a lot of that while he has the sword or the fist equipped at that.
Be like a lot of live weapon switching.
Mm-hmm. Now we're picking up the first Kaiken, which are these throwing knives right here. You know, our first ranged weapon out of a lot that are in the game here. And there's the second Kamon right here. Okay, crossing that off the list.
We're also marking it down on the side because the game does keep track of how many you have, but there is a very rare bug that can happen where after hitting the Kamon, it turns into a yellow orb, and the yellow orb is supposed to reach Jack, but sometimes it doesn't quite want to get there. And sometimes if we're not paying attention, we'll miss it, so we're just trying to make sure our accounts are safe.
Yeah. You can basically see at the right side of the screen where it will say Emperor's Kamon. Once that text shows up, we know, okay, we actually collected that Kamon. Because like Matt just said, just simply destroying it doesn't actually give you the Kamon.
And I'm just going to double check before I go fight the boss.
Yeah. So this is the first boss of the game. This is the Scotsman. He's actually an ally of Jack, but as we already explained, this game basically takes place during the very last episode of the show, where during the fight with Aku once again sends Jack back in time, and then we have to relive some of the most memorable moments of the show. Now the fight against the Scotsman is basically you have to hit him with 7 rushing guards, and after that just use the fist ki, and that will immediately end the fight.
And that's stage 1.
And that was stage 1 out of 9.
2 Kamon down. 48 to go.
2 Kamon down. And I think we already got a donation. And so, Rudira, if you want to quickly go ahead and speak to us from off the screen.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have a... I'm gonna say it's a $5 donation. It came in 2 parts because there is a long message.
Oh, God.
I have not watched Samurai Jack for about 2 decades, so I do not know what voice to read this in. But let's see what they have to say. Long ago, in a distant marathon, I, Aku, the game-developing master of softlocks, unleashed an unspeakable evil, but a foolish speedrunner wielding a magic route ran forth to oppose me. And then just imagine like some sword sounds. Before the final trick was done, I tore open his timer button and flung his personal best off by minutes. Now the fool seeks to reset to the past and undo the world record. That is Aku. Thank you very much for that kind donation.
Did they say their name? Or
They
is it
did not.
anonymous? Okay.
Whoever that was, you, my sir, are a legend, or madame. Yes, we are in Boone's Castle at the moment. You know, once again, trying to get to the end, basically to the boss. What we're trying to do is, or let me get back to that. We actually get the Kamon right here. The problem with the Kamons mostly is they are in like hidden spots because you know they are hidden collectibles. And let's see if Matt gets this one because he's just gonna yeet one of his Kaiken. Nice one. That was number 3.
That was number 3, yeah. 4.
Four. I got it. I actually missed one. Okay. Knocking them off. As you can imagine, the Kamons are hidden throughout all the stages. And the problem with the first couple ones is they are basically mostly outside of Jack's reach. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're just going to take a ranged weapon and aim and shoot it. However, the throwable ranged weapons in the game don't have an aiming reticule, so you can't just, you know, hold down a button and then you can aim with the Jack. You actually have to just manipulate the camera and then, you know, throw them and hope that you hit them. As soon as we will get the bow, though, in a couple of rooms from here, we will actually have the option to, you know, manually aim, and that makes it a little bit easier to collect them, as long, obviously, as you know where they are. Here's another one that Matt basically has to blind throw, so...
And basically using like the middle of his neck as the cursor.
So that was number 5.
I turned off the auto-aim there that Jack tends to use to find each enemy because he likes to throw projectiles down at these guys instead of the Kamon. So that should be number 5, I believe.
So I'm seeing some well-known names in chat here. Samurai Mike, Raya Goomba, nice to have you with us.
I think I saw Liquid Brig in there as well.
Liquid Brig was also here, yes, indeed. Always nice to see the community stopping by. And yeah, basically how the fights in this game will work is you will see the same enemies over and over again. However, they will have very different HP values to them. And the general gist is the more enemies there are, the lower their HP values will be, so the easier they will be to defeat. And the fewer enemies there are, the more HP they will have. And that is why it can vary widely how long it will take to defeat the same enemy, but in a different scenario here. Another thing that is worth noting, we are saving money, or basically there are different kinds of resources that Matt can collect with Jack. Generally speaking, there is the Ki fire that will reload our, super attacks, again represented by the gray flame in the lower left corner of the screen right here. The red bar obviously is our HP bar. Then there is the blue flames that you can collect. This is the skill fire. That is basically the main resource that we'll use to buy our upgrades, along with the green fire, which is the Bushido spirit. Now, the Bushido spirit is a very rare resource. There's not a lot of them throughout the game. And the main way that you are supposed to collect Bushido fire is by picking up different kind of weapons and breaking them. Because every weapon except Jack's fist and the magic sword do have durability to them, like, in Diablo or any similar game. And if you deplete all of a weapon's durability, it will break, shattering, and, it will drop out of your inventory, but you get a lot of Bushido fire out of it. And since we need quite a bit of Bushido to grab some very critical upgrades for the speedrun, Matt has routed it in a way that he will hopefully hit all the upgrade thresholds for our resources here. Now, the last resource is gold. There will be shops from the samurai. You could just see him off screen there for a little while. And that is where we just go and buy, upgrades to our sword, so we can unlock more movement techniques, or also just ammunition for our weapons, or different weapons, upgrades, stuff like that. Now, the funny thing is, or very much to the detriment of our speedrunners, all the items that you see lying around in a battlefield, basically once the fight is done, will automatically be collected by Jack. So he will basically vacuum all of them except the gold coins. So for the gold coins, we actually have to, run around on the battlefield after it and manually go ahead and collect them. And again, we need a lot of money by a certain point in the run, so Matt will do his best to, find a little bit of a balance of collecting the gold coins, but also trying to not spend too much time collecting the gold, because, always it will take time to go ahead and grab it.
And you have to pick up the bullets.
Yes.
Which you can then sell for gold coins.
Exactly.
Because what kind of samurai uses a gun, right? Definitely not Jack.
Samurai gun, I guess.
Samurai gun is a samurai gun. That's what, right?
So a bit of a route deviation here to what you may have seen me do, because Ponton will actually go ahead and pick up the revolver here, which we will use a little bit later in the level. But also he will go ahead and, once again, because we have to collect all the Kamon for this run, but that also allows him to pick up a couple more treasures along the way, making the resource routing a little bit more lenient than you would see in an any % run of the game. That was number 6?
7.
7. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we have 2 left on the stage.
All right, then.
The water temple, if you could call it a temple.
Oh god, I hope there's not a secret water temple in this game.
Water temple, and then right before the boss. Yeah, I really love playing this game. Like there's also, like we were talking about earlier, the NG Plus run is just crazy.
Yes.
Like so, like if you like the Blitz, you got the NG Plus run.
It is very broken.
But I loved the NG run and the Kamon run, because you get a little bit of taste, like a taste of like everything that the game has to offer. While the game doesn't expect you to get like 100%, it's like impossible to get 100% on your first playthrough through the game. So it's just one of those things that you get like a little taste of it, like, oh, what's hidden in this game system. And the game system was actually done by like half the team that did the Ninja Gaiden Black series and Ninja Gaiden 2 series.
Yeah, that is like
it feels that way. If you're a Ninja Gaiden fan, you just sort of feel like it's something there.
That is a thing that might catch you completely off guard if you're not ready for it. That this game has actually been developed by the Ninja Gaiden developers, or part of that team. And if you don't know it, the game will definitely surprise you with the difficulty it provides. If you know it, obviously you're
Kiefer.
prepared for it. But I was not ready for that when I played it the first time around. I was completely floored by how hard this actually is. Again, we may be playing on the lowest difficulty setting, which is the Jack difficulty. But there are still some parts in the game that can just completely floor you. And let's not even go into the higher difficulty settings, because if you're playing this game on Master of Masters, you will have
Which I also have
an
number 2 in ranked,
interesting time with the game for sure. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying I'm also number 2 ranking in NG Plus
yes.
Master of Masters, which you can only play as an NG Plus version.
Yeah. However, if you're playing the game on PC and you are so inclined, Matt has actually provided a save,
Hacked save.
a hacked save that lets you play the Master of Masters difficulty right from the
Should
New
be at
Game Plus
9.
save file. You should not do
Very
that
fine, yes.
the first time you're playing the game, because you will definitely not like it. I think there's only 1 or 2 persons who have actually made it through the first fight in the first stage on that save. That is how hard it is and how absolutely ridiculous. Coming up here, we are getting near the boss fight of the second stage. But first of all, we are going to fight a lot of these bug robots or beetle bots. Again, this will be a mixture of the rushing guard, a couple fist strikes, but I guess you'll also use the gun.
I'll probably use the gun for the boss, the final boss.
Okay, save it for the boss.
But these next 2 bosses that come in, I want to use the fist key. Use the fist key because the fist key does all its damage on the same frame, no matter who's in the field. So since I have 2 guys I have to fight here, I'm just going to kill them both at the same time. So I got both of their animations. Now I rip their arms off, and I'm going to kill them.
With their own weapons.
With their own weapon.
And now
then
we have the actual boss fight of the stage, which is this very big beetle bot that we will just shoot.
Oh, he almost had me.
He almost did. He was trying. He was trying his very best.
He's not experienced with the
But
gun.
no, we have the power of gun on our side, and that was the boss
It's okay,
fight.
with the robot. He had no honor.
Okay, while we are loading into the next stage here, Rudiwa, if you have any quick messages that you want to address, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. I just have to say, first of all, have you guys seen the picture that it's like, it's a really big book, and it's like Lord of the Rings or whatever, and then there's a skinny book that says like Lord of the Rings if Frodo had a gun? This is reminding me of that.
I have not, but
You can imagine.
I think I could picture it. Yes.
We have a $10 donation from a familiar name, Ryugumba, saying,
Ryugumba.
"Go show them how godlike this game is, Ponton, and don't forget to tell them about my tech," followed by a cheeky smiley face. Over to you.
Check emoji, smiley face. So now I'm just going to beat them with their own hand, basically. They're just going to keep hitting themselves.
One way to phrase it.
But basically what happens is that each enemy type has, like, most of them will have some sort of weapon weakness and strength. Some of them will have strength to it. But, like, so this weapon right here will kill most of these guys in 1 attack, which is 2 hits. So 2 hits, I guess.
Yeah, but basically this attack that you see Matt do here, this is the rushing guard attack of the drone beetle Kamons. And like I said, it hits twice, which is very good because all the enemies that we face from this point onward have the habit of blocking attacks, which in this game is basically you're invulnerable if you block. So if you block any attack, you won't take any damage from it. And as you can imagine, we want to try and go as fast as we can. And if the enemies keep blocking our attacks, we'll just waste a lot of time for us. So we're always a little bit whenever we see the block. However, since this rushing guard attack has like a second strike to it, you still have the possibility of just completely killing the enemy. Also, the 3 explosive arrows that Matt just bought here are very important in order to get all the Kamons in this stage in particular in one go.
Thank God he gives you 3 to buy. That's all you can buy from him is 3. So you just have to pray that like you don't waste it on stupid doors, like the one right up here on the mountain.
Yep.
Because that would just waste all of them, and then you won't be able to get other Kamons. So you just need 2 of the explosive arrows, because they're the only thing that breaks the breakable walls, and this is the only stage that has breakable walls that require explosive arrows. So we gotta get this next Kamon, which should be number 11. Just double check here. It's 10 because it hasn't got to me yet. There we go. Now we're at 11.
11? Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to use this is actually, even though this is a giant scythe, this actually is a hammer class weapon. And you're seeing me use the rushing guard light a lot because it's the only real attack you really want to ever do with the hammer.
Yeah.
There's no other attack you want to do with the hammer except for the ki, but only when it's leveled up completely.
Which we'll actually not do now because you rerouted the game. Because when you saw me run it, what I actually was doing is saving up enough gold that I can get the hammer class or the hammer type of weapons to level 3 to upgrade, the damage it deals, the range of the ki, etc., etc. However, what Matt will do, he will actually go ahead and upgrade the magic sword to its maximum level.
Which stop real quick. That was the one time we were ever going to use this mace.
Yes. But like, if you jump in this corner in a particular way and do the attack, it will actually just put you off that little edge onto the walkway again, so you don't have to go back and, go through this gauntlet of moving walls that will try to push you into the lava.
So say goodbye to the mace, basically. Its forward momentum gets pushed upwards for some reason in that one corner. So if you fall off or you want to go get the gold, that's the only thing that's the only use you ever need of the mace in this game.
It saved its purpose for the speedrun. Coming up is a very good friend of ours, Demongo. He was an adversary of Jack's in the cartoon, so we will now see. We hope for 2 enemies that he spawns, and of course we don't get it, so this will be a little bit
teleporting away.
The little bastard.
Now you can actually hit him when he teleports in. I just slapped him just to make sure that he can spawn 2 of these guys for me. Okay, now that we have the ki here, again, I told you it attacks everything on the same frame. So I hit each of those orbs, took the super, as well as he took the super, and then he takes a lot of damage when those orbs return to him.
So basically what you're supposed to do against Demongo is he summons all these little minions that leave behind these soul orbs. You can then attack the soul orbs, or you can even throw them to instantly kill them. And if you destroy them that way, they will go back to Demongo and damage him heavily. So what Matt, again, has been doing, as he just said, with the ki, that also immediately destroys them, so to speak. That'll be number 12. And since Demongo takes so much damage at once, it just immediately ends the fight. However, if he's only spawning 1 enemy, you still want to wait for him to spawn another enemy in, because otherwise the fight will just take way longer as you have to, go through a couple more motions on the fight. Also, you might see here this little red flame that pops up when Ponton hits these enemies right here, and that basically tells you that these enemies are weak against this particular weapon type that you're using. However, since the rushing guard of the sword is this little roundhouse kick that Jack does, is a little bit of a misconception here, because the kick actually counts as doing an attack with a fist weapon.
So it wouldn't degrade the sword even though I'm using a sword that doesn't degrade.
But it's also not the weak points of the enemies, because it would be, again, the fists. And we have number 13.
13. Yes. Okay, we got 1 chance of this. Don't fall down, because I need jump good to get back up here.
There we go.
Fortunately, when I was practice running, I happened to have jump good for some reason at this early in the stage.
There goes the second one of our explosive arrows.
You have to hit the actual metal. You can't hit the purple aura. So that's be number 14?
Oh, yeah.
Double check. Yes.
Okay.
And for some reason, if you do rushing guard light there, they'll just all disappear. This is a tricky shot, so it could take a few attempts. Nope. Okay, we got it first try.
We take the first one. That also works.
I just wanted to, make it sound like it was much more difficult to get. Why don't you just sit this out?
You might have seen Matt just completely take care of these beetles that actually, crawl on the ground. These are self-destructing beetles. If they hit you, they explode and knock you back. However, since Jack is invulnerable during the rushing guard, if you manage to basically rushing guard into them and then doing an attack that gives you more iframes for, as many of these suicide beetles come at you, you will actually not get damaged at all. And that's basically what you're trying to do whenever they come at us.
The lovable corridor.
Yeah, this one is cycle-based, but I think the cycle actually starts when the level starts, so depending on how good you do while getting through. Okay, made it. Nice.
I was worried there.
Like in practice, it was definitely a bit rough going through that, but I think we got all the bad RNG out of the way, so that
I could use some
good.
piercing arrows, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, piercing arrows are basically the best arrows in the game, which might surprise some people.
Single arrow.
There were 5.
Oh my...
Because you think, you know, the explosive arrows would be the best arrows, but no, it's actually the piercing arrows.
Yeah, the explosive arrows do like a low damage on the arrow hit, but have AoE fire damage. But so they do the most damage overall, but you may not actually... The AoE fire damage doesn't actually apply to the person who gets hit by it.
Like getting some lovely, lovely haggis. I mean, if we had Mizzo on hand, he would probably tell us how delicious it is.
So you see, I'm not going straight to the boss fight because I basically I'm trying to get that gold up. I have piercing arrows now. Yes.
15.
That's more than enough. So normally the backup is to use the hammer and take this guy down because we want his weapon.
Yes. So I guess
however, with piercing arrows, I can just destroy his entire health bar and then end it.
Very good. So the way this works is back in Boone's Castle in the second stage of the game, Matt unlocked the throw technique in his skill tree. And throw is a little very peculiar because if you manage to throw an enemy, but you have the samurai fist, and this is very important, the samurai fist equipped, and it kills the enemy, you will basically take away their weapon. You will see that a little bit later in the 6th stage when you will be farming for Reapers. But for this particular boss fight, the Ancient King that we just saw, if you throw him, again, with the Samurai Fist equipped, and kill him with that, you actually get his weapon, the Ancient Mace, which is the best hammer-type weapon in the game. So if Matt were not to get that weapon, that's basically a run killer. You need this weapon for the rest of the runs. And before we talk about our favorite
enemy.
Yeah, it is absolute fantastic.
They always obey him, never me.
Before I get into my tirade about the zombies, Rudy,
you have plenty of time.
If you want to go for a quick one right now?
A quick one or plenty of time? I'm
you
not
have
sure
plenty of time.
I mean, the stage is horrible, so depending on how the zombies go, you might have until the next day, basically,
you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time.
Knock yourself out.
Well, good thing this is the last run of the day for Stream 2. We have
Save the best for last.
$50 donation from Moika saying, always a fan of Samurai Jack as a kid. Much love, Ponton. Redeeming the ESA Winter Shirt reward and putting their donation towards the Super Mario Sunshine Co-op secret boss level True Ending must see. And since it says must see in the title, you obviously want to see it. It is currently at $160 out of 1,500. Keep your donations coming and put them towards that incentive because, again, it says must see. We also have a $10 donation from Vanilla Wafer saying, you got this, Ponton. I'm so proud of you for getting so far with your Samurai Jack runs. You've worked so hard and now you're going international for a wonderful cause. Lots of love from everyone. Also, Tony says hi with a paw emoji. Thank you very much for your kind donations.
Vanilla Wafer was nice enough to watch my dog for me while I was out of the country. So that's who Tony is, by the way. And why it was a paw emoji and not like a high five.
Lovely doggo. Yeah, so just talking about these zombies, they are an absolutely horrible enemy. What they like to do is, as zombies are, they like to burrow back into the ground. There is nothing you can do about it if they do so. And they can stay underground as long as they basically want. And you're just standing there because you have to defeat all of them in order to continue and twiddling your thumbs. And then in a speedrun, you don't necessarily want to go ahead and twiddle your thumbs. So what Matt has basically developed is, you will probably see it at one point or another, he basically air juggles them because obviously as long as they're on the air and being juggled by him, they can't dive underground. So that's just a way better method of dealing with them than what I did, was just rushing guard them to death as best as I could.
Yeah, the rushing guard heavy attack of the fist actually is like an uppercut, but he has full guard while doing so. So I like to use it to bait them to come out of the ground with an uppercut, so that way I can punish them with the uppercut of my own. And from there, I'm able to use a The game actually doesn't register it as a combo if you combo it to itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and use these 5 bullets right here. It's not going to be enough to break it, but I just want to drain it on this thing.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this very short Resident Evil segment. We were shooting zombies on a cemetery with a gun.
This is another reason why you hate the zombies, is because they go underground, and Jack's quick aim is based off of proximity to him. And when they go underground, if there's one that's like waiting down below, he'll just keep shooting at that one.
Yeah.
So you'll have to see me like moving around or automatically locking on to make sure that I'm just shoot someone who's up in the air, please.
I mean, it makes sense, that he locks onto the nearest enemy, but if that enemy is basically, invulnerable, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Only enemy who's like not on the actual physical screen. Oh, you want to play rough? Okay, I see how it is.
Also, another thing that Matt is doing here, he's attacking the first enemy to stagger them, then immediately throwing them. However, if you have the sword equipped, Jack will rush through the enemy and is able to hit the enemy that's behind them. And that is basically how it's killing 2 enemies with 1 attack. Saving that little bit more time there.
Okay, let's see how much I'm playing. I have to buy Leaf Spring Bros if I want to get the. I have to. So now I'm going to sell all the stuff that I've earned so far that I can sell.
Yes. Say goodbye to the morning.
Say goodbye to the mace. Nothing from there. I'm going to break that for something Bushido. Nothing from there. You take out both of these haggis. I don't need to eat. No one does.
No,
I need to get back to my love. I need to get back
food.
to my love. She can cook me a nice dinner.
All right.
All right, that's it. So I need 20,000, and I have 20,000 at level 3. We just need one more level, but it's 30,000 gold, right? 40,000 gold.
In the next 2 levels.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gold that we have to go for. Also, another thing that is really nice in this game, or in this speedrun, I want to say, is you see Matt not necessarily being in an absolute hurry in his inventory when he's menuing, or even when it comes to skipping the cutscenes. And that is because we mainly time our speedruns IGT and not RTA. Now, obviously, since we are in a speedrun setting here, we want to hurry it up a little bit more. But he also programmed a load remover, and that makes it so that really only the time that you are in control of Jack, walking around, fighting enemies, that is the only time that actually counts. Well, that actually counts if you want to go to leaderboard, because the game has a very good in-game timer, but every time you're on a menu or in a cutscene, that timer stops. So if you actually want to go ahead and learn this speedrun, if you don't know where to go, if you need to check your notes, you can just go to the menu and it's perfectly fine because the timer will actually stop for you, which makes this an actual very, I don't want to necessarily say easy speedrun to learn, but a very forgiving one, or very accommodating one for new runners. Which is very nice.
Let me just hit these zombies before they fully spawn. Okay, there we go. But when they get out of the ground for the first time, they'll just do like a nice wave to off camera. I never see Mike the cameraman, but they do. And with that, they give you a little more time to come in with that uppercut and just finish them off. And here I'm going to get 400 Bushido from this one chest.
Which is a lot.
Which is going to be enough to get everyone's favorite move.
Here we go.
Jump good.
Woo!
I jump good.
You can now jump good.
No fly. Jump good.
No fly. Jump good.
See, he's dead. They're annoying me, but he's almost dead. Now he's dead. And just try and get them off of me so I can just combo this guy imminently. There we go. Now these guys are ready to die.
This is just so much smoother than what I was used to doing, like, a year and a half or so ago.
Just ramming your head forward to it.
Yeah.
You have no one to blame with your stuff. If I can get there in time. No, I don't have the bow equipped.
I know. So that was number 19, or it's going to be number 19?
Yeah, it's going to be number 19. If you're fast enough with it and you have your bow actually equipped, you can actually get that before the gate falls down. And now we're going to everyone's favorite 2D section of this level.
Nope.
I mean, yeah. I think it's the second 2D section?
It's just
and the
miserable.
first one had like 4 enemies.
It's just miserable.
So the idea here is that you're going to be fighting a bunch of zombies. So I'm just using the Ancient King's Mace because it has the AoE on the end of the Rushing Guard light that will help take out a lot of these enemies. And unfortunately, you get these guys here who like to ignore things. So sometimes they can backstep all the way to the beginning of the route. Basically, this whole 2D section.
But thankfully, they're not doing that right now.
I didn't want to jinx it. as he
no.
block guard every one of my. Thanks a lot.
As soon as I say it, oh my God.
Commentator's curse. even in a non-fighting game. Oh my God! Please get up off the ground. Please get up. Thank you very much.
I just should have kept my mouth.
You can see why this is our favorite stage in the speedrunning community. Also, because it's the only stage that decided to say, we're going to put a ceiling over top of you and make it so you can't get out of this entire thing. So I think it's the one of the only 2 stages. I think it's maybe the only stage we don't have any skip for.
Yeah. So if you actually want to go ahead and watch the New Game Plus speedrun of that, for example, that Coconut did during AGDQ, yeah, that's like the only stage that you basically see in its entirety, more or less.
Should be one more comment.
Yes.
I don't know for sure what number we should be at.
20.
20. Okay. Okay, I gotta break that.
Going into 21.
Temple. I gotta break that statue to get into that, and then I can go over here. Hopefully, get a potion of power because sometimes it decides not to give me the potion of power.
It's a Guardian potion.
Okay, well that just means I'm going to sell it faster. Who needs defense when you can kill people before they hit you?
So there are a couple of items that
right
you
now,
can
here
pick up and use
jump good
and or equip. One of them is a power potion. Power potions raise your attack stat by about 10%.
10%, exactly.
When you use it, and conversely, if you use a Guardian potion, it raises your defense by 10%. Now, obviously, in a speedrun, you want the power potion because who cares about defense anyway?
Oh, come on, seriously? Thank you.
It should be 21.
And go ahead and get a ruby from her because I want to sell for to make money.
Money.
I know it's kind of rude to like just get gifts and then just sell them immediately. I wouldn't recommend it.
Look, it's to save the world, okay? It's going to be fine.
So something else you might notice that me doing is that when I'm going into cutscenes or hitting trigger boxes for them, or talking to NPCs, I'm breaking my full sprint into a dash attack. And that dash attack actually keeps my full momentum from the sprint. That's one of the new ways we found to optimize it. I've got no bullets in this game. It's okay. I don't need them. I just want to break it when I want to break it. So
you have your shuriken.
So when Jack starts moving and starts running, normally he has to walk for 5 seconds before he can actually start running. Yeah, doing a fast sprint. The sprint is faster than the rushing guard chains. Oh yeah. Okay, let's say goodbye to all these. Get out of my way. Oh, who are you, sir?
And it's
what
the
brings
Mongo
you to
again.
my domain? I will be destroyed? Say it again.
That's just a really nice strategy to get rid of the Mongo quickly if you manage to hit him.
Do you know the beetle stance?
I do.
Okay, I know too.
If you hit the Mongo with 2 piercing arrows very quickly at the start of the fight, he will get stunned and drop to the ground, and then you have a little bit more time to just fire more of these piercing arrows at him and quickly get rid of him and enter fight. Basically, same with the Banshee here, it looks a little bit like Yatogami, who you might have seen run Resident Evil 5 a little bit earlier today on stream 1. No pressure.
It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best RNG boss fight. Like normally, I'm hoping she does a circular lightning attack because I can kill her before she falls down. Because at the end, when the bosses fall down like that, they take half damage. It's actually like most people think like, oh, they're weak. I can go ahead and.
Nope.
But no,
not
the exact opposite. Like, watching people going casually, they sometimes will like save their ki eyes for when they're down. I'm like, you're doing it wrong.
No, you're doing it wrong at that point. Use it before. And with that, we have finished the cemetery, which was the 4th out of the 9 stages of the game. And we're just going to hand it over to Rudera for a second here with any new messages or plugs or what have you.
Oh, I get to decide what I say?
Obviously.
That's exciting. I would like to share a few messages from Make-A-Wish. That is who we are raising money for this event. Make-A-Wish is for children with critical illnesses. And they are saying that Make-A-Wish has the unique ability to transform a child and family's life during some of their most difficult trials, as a wish creates an opportunity for hope and the ability to experience life beyond illness. A wish is not simply a wish. In the fight against a critical illness, each wish serves as a catalyst for renewed strength and encouragement for every child and family on their journey. that is what your donations are going towards. We've seen a lot of them already, but I know that we can do better. Keep the donations coming, and remember to also put them towards any incentives or rewards or what have you. There's a lot to choose between. Thank you.
I think we're all very proud and very, glad that we are able to support Make-A-Wish this marathon. It's a wonderful cause, and yeah,
great charity to work with.
Keep those donations coming, everybody. Put them towards the incentives, grab some wonderful prizes, and yeah, let's make some more wishes happen.
Okay, everyone, you might have heard this name before earlier in this stream, but I'm about to do Ryu Goomba's tech. As soon as these crocs are out of the way.
Very excited in chat over here.
So Ryu Goomba found a way initially to do Kara canceling in Samurai Jack. Now, what is Kara canceling? It means canceling one attack into another attack completely at any point in the move attack. So what I can do with that is I can actually combo the enemy into a launcher like this, and then they're instantly dead. Or you could also do it from on block and go right into the launcher, because these guys like to block after the first hit.
A lot.
Like the second combo hit, they're like programmed to remove if they're on the ground, or programmed to combo break when they're on the ground. So with that in mind, using that Kara canceling is just like the best thing ever. It makes that fight go away so much faster.
Like, I didn't know about that during my run, and then he tried to explain it to me while we're here at ESA, and the only thing that I heard was like, carrot canceling? Where are there carrots in the game? What is this guy on
bunny hopping?
This isn't Half-Life or Counter-Strike or what have you. I'm not canceling any carrots. That was definitely a wake-up call right then and there.
This is one of the first things that we defer on between the new game run and the common run. I need to make sure that I have enough shots for this bow to survive this level, because normally we break from this spot in a new game run and go back to the beginning of the game, beginning of the stage. But we're still going to use the same exit that we used in the other one. We're just going to go a different end way. Normally we'll go around and try to go backwards over top out of bounds through the sewers again to jump to the last quarter of the stage.
Yep.
Something like that. Last quarter of the stage.
But in this category, we have to still collect all the Kamon, which basically means, we're not allowed to skip that much of the stage.
And let me just do a quick double check. Where should we have
26?
Yes, yep. Okay, good. So we're just going to keep going out of bounds, because why not? Why, when the game is this lenient for you, and you found all these little nice little platforms to helping you out, so you can avoid battles with, I don't know, a ninja.
Wasn't that one behind you just now?
Yeah, I was. Oh, what? No, Kamon?
Yeah.
No, I got the one.
Okay.
It was the one in the pit. The next Kamon is over here underneath the train tracks.
Okay.
Now this is a fun one, because I can fall on the wrong side here, which will require me to restart my checkpoint. Pray for me. Yeah, okay, there we go. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, okay, we're good here. Now we're just gonna blindly trust fate and make it over. Yes, and then okay, just don't mess this up. Make sure we do a jump good there, and nice. Let's go get this one more Kamon over here. And while it flies to me, I'm gonna go ahead and get this Crystal of Cagliostro, because I need more money. I mean, I have to get basically my entire, all the money I've earned and spent already. It has to go towards this thing. Luckily, it is cheaper than level 4 hammer. Yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like if we
Oh my
tried
lord,
doing
yeah,
it.
nope, not happening.
And look, she's so nice, she's going to gift me another Crystal Cagliostro. Keep hitting the wrong button on that for some reason.
Man, those ladies are loaded with treasure.
Yes, they are. It's either treasure or haggis. Like Rothschild.
There is no in between.
Yeah, Rothschild will give you basically water and shurikens, and the Scotsman will basically just give you weapons. So I messed that one up. Oh god!
So now you can basically see how the fights against the Imakandi usually go. If you don't get the combo going. And these are the ninjas. They are one of the more, well, I want to say advanced enemies. They have a technique where they can summon doppelgangers. And then you basically have to just go ahead and fight more enemies, which is always lovely in a speedrun. Who wouldn't want more enemies to fight?
Yeah, normally, pretty much before like last week, I would normally just infinitely combo them with the rushing guard heavy of the fist. Because again, like the ninjas are one of those people who, like, after the second or third hit in a row, they'll teleport completely out of frame. And so what I found is a lot easier is just uppercutting him once and then deciding to just give him an aimed shot to the head with the piercing arrow. And luckily the piercing arrow, it does enough damage. There we go. There's Ryu Goomba's tech. You can see right there, that's the benefit of it right there. Now, if I hit them with that rushing guard light, I can guarantee the combo into the lift. If they block it, though, I'm going to have to use the guarding state. Because you basically can only carry cancel if it's an on-landing hit. Just make sure there's no gold that way. Okay. While it's an on-landing from jump or from a block state. There's the only two ways you can do a carry cancel. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not using the piercing arrows on stuff I don't really need to use the piercing arrows for. Feel free, if you have any extra comments that you need to lay down, post. Feel free.
Yes, thank you very much. Remember that with your donations, you can also win prizes. With a single $25 donation, you are in the running to win a Nintendo Switch or an RTX 3060 graphics card. And with a $50 donation, you could win. You could be the very lucky winner of a PlayStation 5. You can also use your donations to redeem rewards such as the Goosebird shirt or the ESA Winter shirt, featuring art from Mako Doodles.
And that should be all the Kamon for this level.
Yep, it is. Yeah, that should be the last one.
Also, you were very lucky with those Bushido drops from the Imakani just now.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I have enough.
They both dropped the
I have enough.
200.
Yeah. Why am I looking at items? I want to go look at my skill plays, and I'm just barely out of it.
75. That is very early, actually, to get the double key.
I had a run where I got it on the previous stage, actually.
Wow.
You know what? You know what it was? It was the fact that I could fire my gun. Yeah, because that's 450 Bushido. In that one.
The power of gun and Bushido. It's in the name. So I think stage 5 is one of the longest stages in the game with all the different sections that you go through. You know, you first go through
definitely by running distance at least.
You go through the sewers, then you go through the city. Now we're on this train ride. It's still the same stage. And we're just absolutely, or he is just absolutely murdering everything right here.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to grab the one that was weak.
Enemies, you know, sometimes they won't be able to be thrown. I think it's when they have still too much health left that you can't do that. And then Jack will just, you know, go on this very weird animation.
Everyone say hi to... What's his name? I don't remember his name.
Zeke.
Ezekiel. We just have to, you know, decide to keep infiniting him. And when we get to 10 hits, then we can just get him out of here. But there's also someone else besides Ezekiel. You might have seen her if you would have watched the cutscenes that I decided to skip for you. No, oh damn, that was unfortunate. My plan is ended.
Right,
all right,
here.
this is gonna do just enough, just barely.
Nice.
God. Oh, we got a fatal error crash.
Uh-oh.
I have to restart the game, or we'll take it up from that checkpoint, basically. Let's see here.
Well, we are playing the Steam version after all.
Yeah, I normally get that only on like the stage 1, transferring to stage like the second half after like doing enough of it. But you know, we were having some issues earlier with this.
The interesting thing about this game is if you want to start it up, the game first requires an internet connection to check back with the Epic Game Store, even if you're playing the Steam version.
Yeah.
And we had some problems getting that up and going, but it worked now, and now, you know.
Thank God. All right.
At least we're immediately back here.
I think I get a second attempt at this.
Nothing happens.
This is probably what should happen there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I wanted to do.
That is the proper strat for this particular fight. It's these 2 throws.
Using Ryu Goomba's stack tactic here.
Oh, Josephine, the other boss of this stage. Very nicely executed. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, now everyone say hi to Zeke again. Hi, Zeke. Bye, Zeke.
So this
See ya.
whole train ride is basically one big, I want to say boss rush actually, because you keep fighting Zeke over and over. It's like 5 fights for
Everyone
5
say hi to
fights
Zeke
against-
again.
And then 2 against Josephine.
Luckily with Zeke, you can hit him in an infinite like this. By doing consecutive rushing guard lights with the sword, you're able to just basically destroy him.
They just do not let up, those two.
Josephine's the annoying one, sadly. There's no route that's been found really for her.
And one more time, say it with us. Hey, Zeke! And Josephine, and this is now finally the proper boss fight against the 2 of them,
No.
where you can finally go ahead and defeat them.
However, I just got another key out of this.
Nice. All right.
I see. My hammer's not really filled up. I didn't want to risk killing Josephine.
Yes.
Because we don't want Josephine to die yet. We want her to faint a second time. That's the number 1. So when she faints a second time here, we
go.
steal her parasol because it's the
We
one
still need money.
the one used for the pole is to steal the parasol.
The one.
It's worth 7,000 gold. That's why I
a
wanted
lot
it.
of money, yeah. And like we said before, we still want to upgrade our sword to the maximum level, which is going to be 4, which is the next level. However, it takes 40,000 gold, so those 7,000 from the parasol alone is quite a bit of cash that we'll get out of that. Because we want to get that upgrade in this level, preferably.
We should be at 29. And I got enough skill fire for a second ki.
Nice, very good.
It's just nice to have.
So up until this point, Matt was only able to store one of the key eyes, because we were only able to get one of the red flames in the lower left corner of the screen. But now we can store up to 2, which will be very important in the later levels to come. And with this, we also jump ahead quite a bit in the story, because, again, this game basically loosely follows the timeline of the show. We are basically now in the
Season 5.
5th and final season of the show, whereas before there was, a smorgasbord of different levels ripped from season 1 to 4.
Yeah. Sometimes in the same level.
Yes, sometimes exactly.
And right now, what I'm trying to do is actually fire enough shots with the bow anyways to get a full breakable bow. I just want to break the bow, And this one I want to stop at 1, right? Yeah, this is the one I want to stop at 1. And the reason we want to stop it at 1, I don't know if you want to go over that.
Isn't it 2?
Oh, well, I want to stop 2 because but I want to stop the bow at 1 basically until the final stage. But I'm doing 2 because I just used the bow one more time before. I needed 3 actually. So I needed to use it 2 times for the beetle and then
Yeah.
That always does it. He gets pushed so far back that he just misses the other guy. Like he's like, no, I'll just grab the guy who's fresh.
I mean, he has more HP, right? So obviously that's the guy that you want to attack.
Yeah. Why would I want to kill him?
Health. Exactly.
He's already had a rough life.
Yeah. Another small optimization that you might not even have noticed is that before Matt opens any of the treasure chests, he switches back to the samurai fist. Because if Jack has a weapon in hand, if you want to open a chest, he first sheaths or puts away that weapon. And that just takes, a second or 2 to happen. So it's just this small little optimization of switching to the samurai fist so he doesn't have to go ahead and put that weapon away. Because it's just his fists. And there was another Demongo fight, very expertly executed, by just, equipping the bow, grabbing the piercing arrows, and just repeatedly shooting the Mongo in the head.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because that's a moving target, it's really difficult to aim, and if you can get it, you can stop the crate entirely by killing the croc. But he's living his own life, and if you end up killing him, his brothers will be really upset with you. So you kind of don't want to kill him, otherwise you're going to have to fight them as well. Okay, I just always like to save the King's Mace just in case. Okay, that could break the next round. Sell these because I'm not going to get a machine gun anytime. And then sell some haggis. I'm sure it tastes great.
Haggis.
I'm sure, and you know what? Why not sell that potion, that Guardian potion? You know, they were so kind. I don't want to get rid of them all, but I have to. Now I have over 40,000 XP.
49.
Yeah, and now we're just going to buy all these piercing arrows. I'm just kidding. We're going to level up first.
Yep.
Now I'm going to buy all these piercing arrows because
I mean, you still would have
arrows.
had enough money.
I know I would have had it, but you know what? And why not? Why not? Yeah, I'm just going to have to do it. I just want more money. You know, it's okay. It's only 5% damage difference between the two of them. And then I'm just going to give myself some extra Reapers. So this saves me some time.
We're not going to upgrade the hammer anyway, so the difference isn't that bad.
Okay, so I need 17 shots. Yes, 17 shots. And I have to pray to God that I get it right.
Again, Sims, the IGT pauses whenever you're on these menus. You know, Matt isn't necessarily in a rush to get through that. If we are just doing a speedrun that wants, you know, you wanted to put on leaderboards. Obviously, you know, since we are in a marathon setting,
we're not getting a PB in this one.
You do want to watch your times that you spend in there, but you know, it's the last one of the day, so we're gonna just be a little bit cozy here, take our time, make sure that we do everything correct, collect all the Kamon, get all the necessary upgrades.
I'm not sure how many I have left, so I'm just gonna waste some time by going back to the shopkeeper before I go down. Because if we lose this bow, it's just really, really annoying.
It's really rough.
Like, I have to basically do a lot of work to make sure we get to... Because we want this bow to be one shot from breaking. Like, in case you haven't noticed, I am doing double damage every time I get an aimed arrow headshot. And if you end up doing a breaking shot... yeah, so thank God I stopped. I was like, I think I'm there. I am going to need something, though, to like make sure I have some shurikens or something that I can use. I can't use it on the other guy. I shot too many arrows. I can't sell the shurikens right now. Okay, I can't repair shurikens. I was like, why am I not able to see the shurikens? Range items, and then... you know what? I'm going to go... I'll just use this gun on this guy.
Gun!
Yeah, there we go. And then I can hit this with the shurikens. I can hit this comment on shurikens.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
I may not be the first try, but I can hit it maybe in under 11 shots. In under 11 hits, I can definitely hit this shot.
All right.
Let's try. Nope. Okay. Number what? Nope. Oh, there we go. Two. Number two. All right. And that should be number...
You can tell this guy played this game.
33. I love this series, man. I love this series. I love this game. It's the best Samurai Jack game. If you're a Samurai Jack fan, why aren't you playing this game more? I hate being the only guy who runs these categories. Oh man, this game is so awesome. So now I have a bow that I can now use indefinitely for fun. In fact, I forgot I have to.
Because, you know, finally we have all the upgrades that we want. So the money route or the, well, basically the whole research route is very lenient from now on. Everything we want to get, we can just go ahead and buy because we're not saving it for anything in specific anymore.
I like money, so I'm still going to go out as if I am poor. Because typically I am. I'm very poor.
And if you're playing on Jack difficulty, again, which is lower difficulty, you can kill these beetle drones with just a single throw, which is very nice to farm the Reapers. Now, the Reapers are basically the best throwable weapon in the game, because not only can you just throw them at enemies, they will also launch into them and after a while explode for quite a bit of damage.
It's a sticky bomb.
It's a sticky bomb, yeah. Basically.
Yeah, normally in like a full run, I would probably just be going with maybe 5 or not even, because I had 10 Reapers. You want like 13, 14 just in case for this guy, in case I don't get enough. We don't want to kill off all these beetles though, because we want to go ahead and have some fun by going out of bounds again.
Yay!
Make sure I'm aiming this right. There we go.
So in order to do this out of bounds, you actually need the barrier that has been erected as long as there are enemies around. So if Matt were to go ahead and defeat all the enemies in that particular arena, the barrier would come down and then he wouldn't be able to do this out of bounds anymore.
You know, Ashma, rushing guard light's just so slow. You know, if only there was a faster way to get across the map.
What about a dive good?
Well, there's jump good, but let me try the jump good and see where it takes me. Okay.
Okay.
That took me pretty far. I'm going to call that dive good. Yeah.
Dive good.
That is why we go for level 4 sword, because of that glitch. Now, I had to trigger the next checkpoint because I needed to spawn this, and I don't feel like doing the puzzle, so I'm just going to get it at the backside of it.
Sneaky speedrunners.
Jack's a wily person.
So do you want to tell us a little bit more about the dive good?
I'm sorry, I was out of it. Were you asking me to do something?
Do you want to talk a little bit more about the dive good?
The dive good is the best move in this game. I forget the guy's name. I'm sorry I forget it. But there was a gentleman who brought up that he found there's a bug with the dive with the diving attack normally, where okay, I just want to make sure where you can basically repeat the dive both ways if you throw a projectile or shoot a ranged weapon while you're jumping good. There's that one extra explosive arrow because guess what? I didn't get any. That's why you buy 3, folks. That's why you buy 3.
A very rare drop. Actually, let's
guys.
quickly talk about the resource management in this game anyway, because we explained earlier what the resources are. However, what the enemies drop is completely random.
Yeah.
And that is why we also pick up in the skill tree right at the start of the run, basically, in the second stage, 2 skills that increase the enemy drops. And, obviously it's still random. So whenever you do a run of this, you can never be exactly sure what you'll be getting off the enemies. If they will just go ahead and drop more skill fire, if you will get more ki, if it will be gold, if it will be ammunition for some of your weapons. There's always this bit of RNG here, which in some cases can absolutely screw you over.
That's why
or it can be, very beneficial to you.
I wasn't using the pierce. I was like, "Why? How are you guys living?" And it's like, "Oh, because I was using the weak arrows. The weak arrows." Oh, I need to hit this thing, right?
So while the RNG, when it comes to the drops, will never completely screw you over, I want to say. I mean, it can happen in very fringe cases, but
like
mostly
my worst RNG, you're still able to do
run.
something with it.
Yeah.
You may not get level 4 sword at this stage, but you'll get it in the next stage, guaranteed. If you want the best time, though, you're going to have to.
Yes. I mean, obviously, if you want to go for world record, if you get bad RNG, well, that's just GG for you. But yeah, if you just want to try and get into the swing of things, don't be afraid to just go ahead and finish your run with what the game throws at you or gives you in this instance.
Yeah, the Crystal Calculus Shrek. So, and I want money to repair stuff, and I want money to buy Reapers from all these people because it just saves me time it saves me in-game time. The opportunity to farming Reapers in general, because there's one other area where I can. Oh crap! I have the wrong thing equipped.
Reapers. So this is Scaramouche. He is the boss of the ruined city here, and what Matt will do, he will throw some Reapers at him to get his health down and also stagger him, and then he will use the Ki with the sword, which just is this barrage of sword strikes, which deals a lot of damage. And then he will just do it again.
Something else I forgot to notice earlier, all Ki's are unblockable by the bosses. And you can't break your weapon in the middle of a Ki. Yeah. So that's one benefit to it all.
So if you were to use, another type of weapon instead of the sword, which does have durability, if you were to use the Ki, you would still have it, even if it would just have 1 durability at the start of the attack. And with that, we now have basically all we need to go fast. Like, really fast. As you can see now with the dive good.
This is the whole reason why this route works.
Yes. If you go ahead and compare this to my run that I did, again, at ESA Summer 22, it might have been a little bit faster in the start because I get a different I go down a different route of upgrades with upgrading the hammer instead of the sword. But now is basically the point in the run where the way Matt does his run, he will just start catching up faster and faster, basically, because he has the ability to do the dive goods, which is just a massive time save, because it allows you to do way more zips and glitches than I was able to do during my run.
See, I ran out of arrows there, so I couldn't do the dive good. So I was going to switch over to these shurikens, because I just don't have too many projectiles right now. And there's just a little bit low there. Here's my favorite, this is actually my favorite stage in the game, casually speaking here. I love the cutscenes in this one. Sadly, I can't show them any to you. But we're just going to turn off auto aim, and we're just going to hug this corner real quick as soon as they stop pressuring me. And we hope we get enough height. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nicely executed. So, yeah, that was basically a mid-boss fight, I want to call it, where you have to fight 2 of the daughters of Aku that I had to do because I didn't know about this, or wasn't able to do it because I didn't have the dive quit because I wasn't upgrading the sword. Whereas Matt can just, you know, go ahead and completely skip that fight.
Now, this fight's also annoying, but let's just skip it.
Yeah, there we go. That was easy.
Oh, come on, Jack. Come on. There you go, Jack. Just jump up that hill. Okay, now I can buy some arrows from this guy, and normally I would buy the arrows and use them for the next area, the next fight, but I'm actually going to hold on to them because I just don't have too many arrows right now. So I basically, now what I'm doing is I'm basically using all my money to buy the Reapers. Kaikens are really expensive, honestly, and I probably shouldn't,
what they are.
but I do need them. And then you have the arrows, which are going to give me like 30. And then I just want to make sure I repair my bow so I don't break it on accident. All right, there we go. Now we got more zombies. The nice thing about this on the harder difficulties is that they aren't zombies. They're armored warriors, so like they don't go underground. So I'm just
But sadly, we are playing on Jack difficulty, so they are zombies, so they will burrow underground.
you know, it would be a lot easier to beat them if I have auto attack on.
Yes.
Or auto aim, I guess is the right way to say it. Now the nice thing about the somersault attack is it has like 8 or 10 frames of active window. So anytime Jack kills an enemy while in the somersault, he'll automatically target the next enemy. So that's like 8 or 10 enemies you technically can kill at once.
It just feels so satisfying if we're able to pull it off. Like, with just a whole group of enemies around Jack just instantly evaporates. It is a very, very satisfying feeling.
Now here comes the first skip we ever found in this game. The Elephant Sister skip. However, I had to do a different skip with that skip. Like, normally in a new game run or a new game plus run, you'd use the skip coming up to get straight to the boss of this level. However, I unfortunately need to get common runs because people donated money.
Yes. Thank you,
by the way. I do love this run more than a new game run, so I was really hoping you guys would pull through, and you did it. You succeeded.
I mean,
well past the goal.
Why would you not do that, right? It just gives us more Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love that?
That's what I love. I don't know if we ever really explained the story of this part, but basically it takes place in the middle of the final episode.
Oh, yeah. And
what happened is that in the final episode, Jack and his love interest, Ashi, who is the daughter of Aku, she was overcome by Aku, and Jack was able to convince her to come back to the story, the light side, basically. And they jumped into a time portal back to Jack's past. But before they could get to the past, well, Aku had one last-ditch effort and knocked him out of the time portal into this bubble world, if you will. That's sort of why everything's not really the episode that it's based off of. It's like something like it. But normally I would jump to the boss fight at this point. But unfortunately, I have to get this last common right here, or there's 2 more commons in this level that I have to hit. I have to go ahead and hit this checkpoint to load it. And then, you know what, I'm just going to stop in here real quick, just get some Reapers. Because, you know, piercing arrows and Reapers, oh, that's so good.
Can never have enough.
Now, unfortunately, you can only buy no more than 5 Reapers. At every shop, though. Every shop does have them.
He never stocks more than that.
They only stock more than 5. In fact, in the final stage, where he has stocks like double of everything else, he only stocks 5 Reapers. So
it's just a hard.
It's really annoying if you want to get a new game plus run prepared. There we go. Okay, that should be it. There'll be one more after this.
Can you quickly double check how many commons we have?
We should have 40.
Oh,
after
okay,
that.
I missed one. Then there should be 2 more.
You probably missed the one right after the
yes.
Right before the Elephant Sister skip. Which I don't think I remember. I don't remember getting, but I'm pretty sure I got because I am +1 over you. I'm pretty sure I got it.
I'm pretty sure they got that one. I missed one at the start of the stage, I think.
All right, and then I'll just go here because, hey, I need more potion of power. It saves me 800 gold. You know, I still worry about money even after I'm rich. It's a little hard to see this one from the couch, so I'm just going to... There we go. Okay.
First try.
Oh, you know what I forgot to buy? Power bracelets.
I mean, usually you buy them the next stage, so.
Well, normally I buy them and then totally forget to put them on.
But that is just speedrun tradition.
Yeah, see?
Like, it is,
like right now, I totally forgot to put them on.
It is Samurai Jack speedrun tradition to buy the power bracelet, which increase the damage you deal, and then completely forget to equip
10% more.
We've all done it, and we will all keep doing it.
Thankfully, I didn't have to do it now. All right, so now Jack is hiding from the daughters of Aku in this crypt. They're
Very safe, by the way.
They're still trying to find them. Technically, I could run through this whole thing and just get, like, you know, some minor drops like Ki or whatever. I'm just going to save my Ki because I need it for the boss fight. Because unfortunately, the negative part about this routing strat is that, well, the hammer's kind of weak.
Yes.
And this is like the one boss fight where you want a good hammer because of its AoE factor. Because you got to fight 6 of those daughters, and this guy is just walloping me in the face. Okay, you ready for that? No. Oh, I don't
Jack
have
getting
that
a little bit spicy.
You know what? Dive good. Now just dive good. How about that? You know. There we go. Parried. Okay. All right, switch over to fist before this next fight. Jack, save my sisters.
Good.
I will save them. Don't worry, Ashi. I don't think he saves them, sadly.
Yeah, no, I think saving them and what we do to them is 2 very different things, for sure. Or does this look like saving them to you? You're watching this?
Yeah, sadly, you
let us know with your
you find out in
donations.
this cutscene that she doesn't get saved, sadly. Again. Second time she doesn't.
Let that up to the discretion of the viewers.
Yeah.
Donate money. Let us know. Did we save those sisters? Are we saving them right now?
I'll use a potion of power here. I want to get these girls down below 50%, because that way I can use my hammer Ki to basically deal a lot of damage. Now the thing with the Ki's as well is that they do less damage on consecutive Ki's to the same enemy. So if you've already hit the girls with the Ki, they will take half the damage that they took for the first time. And she's dead, by the way.
Probably missed one. Yeah, so optimally, all the sisters would die with 1 Ki, so we wouldn't actually see any of these cutscenes of them, you know, keeling over, which would save, you know, a little bit of time, but hey, it is what it is. Also, can you just real quickly check your comments again, because I think you forgot one. Or I did not keep track of everything.
Okay, so we should be at
42.
We're at 41.
Yep.
It's probably the one I thought we missed.
Well, that is why we're checking that now, because we have to go ahead and replay that stage in this case.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry about that. This is what I was worried about. Or, you know, I'm just going to say that the bug happened and it came to me, and
Totally
what happened.
Totally worked.
Yeah.
Which one was it, though?
I think it was either the one right before the elephant sister skip or the one right afterwards.
All right.
Where you had to jump up next to the chest. The one that you can hit from the pole from the other side.
Because I'm pretty sure you got the 2 out.
Yeah, so once I get to the elephant sister skip, I can jump to the next stage.
Again, this is a 50 Kamon run. It's not, you know, any percent run. So we are required to go ahead and pick up all the commons. And obviously, since you progress linear through these stages, if you miss one or however many, you will have to go ahead and grab that again. And since we obviously missed one in this stage somewhere, because otherwise the total was fine so far, we just have to go a little bit of a backtrack here, which also gives our lovely host an opportunity to butt in with some messages.
Thank you very much. I was just about to ask. We have a $50 donation from an Anytime Fitness location saying, "Nice job, Matt. See you at the gym."
This is my gym.
With a happy smiley face. We also have an anonymous $25 donation going towards the Super Mario Sunshine Co-op Secret Boss Level True Ending Must See incentive. Putting us a bit further on the way to reach the $1,500 goal. Thank you very much. And finally, we have a $10 donation from 8-Way Funds saying, "Got here late, but I'm here to see my favorite speedrun game. Got to stop Aku quick." Thank you very much.
Also, I think it seems like Samurai Mike was keeping track, and apparently, yeah, you skipped the elephant part somewhere.
That's probably where. I guess I think I was like, did I get that? Yeah, thanks, Samurai Mike, for the follow.
Samurai Jack community coming in strong here, helping us out, keeping track of all these common.
It's a lot to remember. Would you please let go of me?
So that is another attack that these zombies can do when they are buried underground, is they just have one of their hands basically grab your ankles and just root you in place. And you're just having a miserable time because it's very hard to escape that grab. And
you have to basically get into the air. Yeah, you basically have to get into the air, so you can do that by doing a dodge roll or a somersault flip kick. And I was not doing a somersault flip kick, and the dodge roll wasn't coming out. So it's either here that I missed the Kamon or the one right after this one. But now I got the one that I sped run through. Like I couldn't go see the doctors. Yeah, there we go.
There it is. There it is.
All right. You know, I gotta get to the next checkpoint, which thankfully is the one right after this elephant sister skip. Sadly, the game doesn't tell you specifically like which ones you're missing. There's nothing to say like, yo, you got the third, you're missing the fourth one of the sixth, you know? Or there's seven possible Kamon.
I don't even know there's any way to see which ones you got in which stage.
Nope.
So if you just have any amount of Kamon, well, good luck finding the rest.
You have to start over from the number one. And as 8-Way Fun's learned, it can be this one at the end of stage 2 because you died at the boss and thought you got it. Okay, I just want to make sure that was gone. Okay, so now we can go back over and start the next stage.
Yeah.
Just use the time portal.
Just make sure we are at 52 still, right? 42?
Yeah, after this checkpoint, when I fell down, it should have hit a checkpoint, so we should be at 42.
No,
42,
yes.
yes.
Okay, perfect.
That's why I wrote that stuff down.
Yep. We are on track again, everybody. And we are already in the second to last stage of the game. This is the prison ship, even though it might just look like the desert for now.
That dive gets so awesome. You know, I'm happy for the person who found it. So basically what's going... Oh my god, I just knocked that, like... That one alligator went all the way to the far right somehow. I've never seen that happen before. He's like, what? He's coming back to the battle like, hey, wait for me! Like, guys, I've been waiting and training all day.
Well, it didn't help him in the end anyway, because he has been sliced.
He's ruined my routing anyways for this whole fight. But basically, the dive good happens when you do a jump good, you throw a projectile, and then dive, and then by pushing the light attack, during the wave effect that comes up, you'll just parallel or just straighten out, and then get closer to the
which is obviously way faster than just any other movement option.
There's nothing
and
faster
absolutely
than that.
not intended.
Look, I mean, just look at all this. It is not a move that you're supposed to unlock. I'm wanting to turn on. I have enough piercing arrows. You're all going to just die, okay? How about that? I don't even need the piercing arrows, but I have more piercing arrows than I do regular arrows. So you all have fun with that. And I'll just change this off because, you know...
I've never had so many piercing arrows that I could just waste them on normal...
You saw me in the practice, and I had 50 in stage 4. And I'm like, how?
What? Oh, God, I can't even...
All right, these introduce the new enemy, the Lazarus slugs. They're very annoying. They spit acid. They're pretty difficult to hit because they're on the ground. In addition, though they do drop Bushido a lot. And speaking of Bushido, I should probably just check to make sure I got everything that I need over here, or that I can level up.
You should have enough resources.
Yep.
To do
Okay, we can now draw the bow faster.
No.
Not able to get perfect dodge yet. Luckily, I can just do an AOE to take these guys out. Those are the only ones you need to take out for this room. Go ahead and get the first comment of the stage, number 43.
Yes.
And I don't like the fact that they gang up with me over there, so I'm just going to just jump down here. Let's go ahead and do a roll. Let's skip this whole area. Let's jump. Let's go ahead and see the Death Samurai. You know, Jack's like looking you straight up like, did you see what I had to go through?
Did.
All right. Now, ideally, for the final stage, we want to have like 25 to 30 Reapers.
A lot of robots.
Before we get to the battle with Aku. And so that we're well over that, but I'm going to use them in this fight here. And I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking to repair my bow. That's what it was. All right. 40 piercing arrows. Jesus. I'm lucky when I don't need to be lucky.
Yeah.
Try being lucky when I'm unlucky. How about that?
And there is
it's
Dimongo
again, guys.
I think that's like the 4th or 5th.
He has not learned his lesson that he hasn't gotten a chance to like spawn any of his minions.
And that was the fight.
And then Kamon number 2. Let's go see if I can hit. Oh no, I couldn't hit it because I double jumped. Double jumping gives me the regular dive, and single jumping brings me the overhead horse strike or whatever he calls it. Oh, look at that. Spirit Fire and White Dama.
You
the
hate
worst
to see
drop.
it. You hate to see it.
No, sorry, the worst drop is double White Damas.
Dimongo has, you know, again, it's RNG what Dimongo drops when you defeat him. Obviously, the best thing that he can drop that you want to see is either Bushido Fire or Gold. What you don't want to see is Skill Fire or Damas. And obviously, or, you know, in this case, he did drop us the Skill Fire and the Dama. And it's just, yeah. It's worse in the early stages of the game than it is right now because we already have everything that we need to do the run. But if you go up to the 3rd stage of the game where you first fight Dimongo and he gives you the quote-unquote wrong drops, that might actually be able to kill your run because you won't have the resources to get the upgrades at the points that you need them.
Yeah. Now, normally we have to go through three rooms over here. Unlock this door and then get through here, but you know I'm kind of on a rush right now, so let me just go through this wall here that totally was forgotten to put like collision on.
We love to see it.
Now this one's a dangerous one. This was actually the last casual one when I was doing my first casual through. The Kamon's actually hit it on this little small platform, so I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that I get it before I jump through that area. That's a deceptive one. That was literally the last one that I had to get, and it was like my 50th.
Because there's only a very small window of time where you can get that, because in that room you cannot go back through these hallways. So if you miss it on that very, very short walkway over there, well, you just have to reload a checkpoint or anything.
Yeah, unfortunately they decided to lock you from going backwards in each of those, and they made you run through 3 of them at a time before getting to that spot. So it leads to a lot of times where people are just like, oh crap, I just missed it, and it was on the shortest one. And we're just going to do some dive goods because this is a really long walkway, and I want some more Reapers because I'm hungry. Hungry for beetle death.
I see the question in chat if the estimate is actually the 1 hour and 15 minutes actually for the 80% run, and yes, that was the estimate for the 80% run. But since we're doing the 50 Kamon run, which takes a little bit longer, we will go a little bit over the estimate. Yeah. Also, keep in mind
I think it was 125 is what I put for the estimate for a new Kamon run.
I mean, we're nearly at the end, or about more than halfway through the second to last stage, and the last one is very, very short. So I think we have maybe not even 10 minutes left on the run, I want to say. So
yeah, we're at the end of stage. We gotta go through the gauntlet, as I call it.
Yeah.
But like outside of the gauntlet, like we're basically at the boss fight of the stage 8 of 9.
Also, Ryu said that the 44-minute world record of that category. Keep in mind that those 44 minutes are with the load times removed out of the run.
Not just load times, but cutscenes and.
So yeah, that wouldn't be RTA time anyway. Like the RTA time to that 44-minute run is like 50 minutes.
This guy wants
something.
The world.
That's a couple of minutes more.
It's generally about like 10-15 minutes for me. Like my run is like a 40-45 minute in-game time. It's about an hour RTA time.
Oh, hour. Yeah. So those are the joys of, you know, LRTs and RTAs and what have you.
The reason we focus on IGT is because this game is on like every platform available, and for that reason, we want to make sure that people who have a Switch or people who are playing
on PC,
like, as long as you're not playing on the Apple device, version, since it is technically a different version, it has different way big differences to it. Yeah, everything else though. Switch, Xbox, PS, whatever the newest one is.
Yeah. But as Ryu just said, the real reason why we're timing in LRT is because Matt is so slow in his menus.
It is an area that I wish I could get better at. I keep trying to, but then I get to that point where I'm like, oh, I'm so ahead, but do I have enough money?
Can you just quickly make sure we are at 48 Kamons?
48. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So only 2 more to go in the last stage in just a minute here. But first of that, we have to fight Demon Ashi. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to throw some Reapers at her, and then we're going to use the Ki of the sword and just shred her health bar.
Sword actually is her weakness too. That's why you're seeing all the red sparks coming up. And yeah, I know she's angry now, and she normally would block everything, but I'm not done my attack.
And there we go. And before we go into the last stage of the game, Rudira, if you have anything for us.
Yes, just a friendly reminder that when you donate, make sure you put your donations towards any incentives or, yes, thank you, or rewards that you want to see. There are a bunch of fun incentives, such as this one for the 50 Kamon instead of the any % run. And we have a couple coming up tomorrow as well for Golden Sun 3 Dark Dawn here on Stream 2. We need to reach a $75 goal. Keep the donations coming if you want to see some fun speedrun chaos.
Nice. Do donate towards that, and don't forget to put your money towards the incentive, people. It is very important, and it makes the runs so much better. And yeah, with that, we are at Aku's Tower, the last stage of the game.
Get ready for a long stage, guys. We got to go through 4 floors of fights here.
Or do we?
Oh, when you did your run, it was a very long 4 floors. You were like,
it was.
And Coconut 2 as well. Coconut also had. You know, I just don't like these guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, you know what? Eat this arrow. No, don't block the arrow. Eat the arrow. Eat the. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Again, it's the problem of the enemies can just decide that nope, they want to block your attacks, which good on them, I suppose. But it just wastes a lot of time if they just keep on doing that, and there's basically nothing that you can do about it. So you just have to go ahead and eat that time loss.
Just imagine, sir, we have 3 more floors of this, including one of them being a Damongo fight with the most health in the game.
Yeah, Damongo actually has more HP than Aku himself, which is kind of ludicrous to think about it.
And you don't even fight him. You're fighting his minions.
Yeah. Which get more annoying the more, later you fight him in the game as well.
These are those green spiders I talked about in the master difficulty, or samurai master.
Master of Masters.
Yeah, well, yeah, both, yeah. But a lot of people start off in the game like, I can handle hard mode.
Oh yeah.
And then they get to that first canyon, and there's like 18 like green spiders that spawn. Oh man, what are we gonna do? This is gonna be forever. I'm sorry, I must have undershot the undershot the estimate. I'm sorry, guys. Plus we went back. It's just
we had to do that backtrack.
What do we have? It's gonna be a while before we get to Aku, guys. I apologize. We have to make it through the Damongo fight.
Don't forget the last 2 commons.
Yeah, we have to get the last 2 commons. We get with the first one after the Damongo fight. So I'm just gonna. I like Jack's profile here. Nope, not that one. No, let's do that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now Damongo's done, guys. Let's put it over there.
Nice.
And let's just say hi to this Kamon right here. Somewhere over there. There we go. Okay. And I just want to talk to this guy right quick. Just might as well just go ahead and buy some Reapers.
So yeah, as you can basically see, the dive good with the max level sword just lets you skip all of these arenas from now on, basically, which makes this a very, very short stage. If you don't have to go through all of these fights that I had to do during my run.
And now we're coming up onto Battle Room 3. We're on stage 4 or level 4. I was a little worried about that one. It's like the thing is that you have to make sure you're able to make it back over or land on top of the wall. Otherwise, you have to reload checkpoint. Yeah. Or you can just mess it up like I do. Unfortunately, you are really close to the ceiling there.
Yeah.
And if it bonks him on the head, then you're going down really fast. Okay, now I'm going to climb this faster than I did before. And use the actual route I'm supposed to do. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and... All right, I'll take it, even though I would have preferred landing on that. Okay, well,
so yeah, basically,
I'm being extra cautious. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and say goodbye to the skeletons.
Nice.
All right, there we go. Now we're on floor 5, I believe. The 4th fighting level. If Jack can make this jump up and stop swinging everywhere like a newbie samurai. All right, this one's a bit difficult because it's the furthest back wall, and so you guys can see you just don't want to fall on the front side. That should put me on there. And Mr. Hammer Guy goes away. Yeah. And now we're about to get our 50th Kamon and complete all the commons.
There it is. You just want to quickly make sure that we got them all.
We're saying
there we go. All 50. Nice.
All right, let's go ahead and attack assistance.
It's a valid run for the category, no?
I need to go ahead and give me some good old counter. I used to get this like right away, but it ruins the
flow of the combat a bit.
Well, the Karakans.
Oh, that.
Because I got parries to get me Ki. The landing a counter gives you a good chance of getting a getting a white dama, and that will heal you. But I don't take damage because I'm that good of a samurai. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm just forgetting everything I need to do before I fight Aku. And as we get to the Aku battle, we just got to know, just one more fight, guys. Just one more fight, and we got it.
All right, here we go. Last fight of the game. Which is, of course, against Aku, finally.
Now, what we want to do with Aku is here... Oh, yeah, I got the counter. Okay. This is going to spam a bunch of arrows at him.
Reapers?
Reapers, sorry. I'm sorry. Spam a bunch of Reapers. Unfortunately... Oh, yes. Okay, good. I got him with the Reaper. There we go. And now we're just going to say, you know, Aku, if you just stand still for a moment and just let me go ahead and bring out my... about to be 10 times damage arrow here and end it.
And that's the run, everybody.
So as you can see, Jack now gets to kill Aku. Oh wait, but he doesn't kill Aku. He says it's this is not over. So he still lives in this time bubble somewhere, but he gets to escape. Go kill the Aku in the past. But because we got the corrupted emeralds, all the corrupted Kamon, we get to see an alternate ending to the TV show ending, which is that Ashi is now the wife of Samurai Jack.
Which you can't show because it will get blurred.
Yeah, I don't know if it's copyright ready. Like sometimes I think it's like the hey, it's copyrighted, but we will let you slide type thing. I don't like to take the chance.
Yeah.
But
if you want to watch that, go buy the game yourselves. We now have shown you
I just gave you the whole tutorial how to do
get all the Kamons.
Including how to go back a stage. Yeah.
Very important.
Yes, yes.
Should you make a mistake, you now know how to remedy that as well.
Yeah. But that clears Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, and once you get everything undone, you get unlock mission mode, and then you get this pretty nice select stage screen with Ashi on one side and Jack on the other. And I want to make sure I take this time to thank Aishma. I don't think I would have known about ESA without you. You seem to be kind of important around here. Everyone wants your voice for their stuff.
Oh my!
But you also challenged me to improve better in the runs, and I think it's a nice rivalry we have to help each other out with that, and we become a good friendship. I think through that. I met a lot of great people here. It's my first time back in Europe since I was 2 years old, so it's been fun meeting everyone and going out and everything. So I want to thank ESA for hosting the event. And I want to thank everyone who donated and took their time to donate towards Make-A-Wish International. They are a great charity to give your money to. They provide wishes for all the children who have, unfortunately, the diseases you can't really have fixes for. Do you want anything to add?
I mean, just thanks for having me. Shoutouts to the Samurai Jack community who were in chat, helping us out, keeping track of the Kamons, donating to the charity. It was a pleasure, and hope to have you back soonish.
Yeah, well,
from the States with maybe another Samurai Jack.
We just talked about how poor I am.
I mean, you just have to, practice that Master of Masters new game run a little bit and finish that show off. It'll probably take about, 500,000 hours or something, but we will get there.
For that. Only Ryu Goomba and 8-Way Funds are the only two that I've seen beat that hack save, and I'm just like making it past stage 1's annoying enough. But that's a fun.
Only took them like 40 tries to get past that first fight in the game.
How about our lovely host? Do you have any nice words for everyone?
Yes, thank you very much for this really fun showcase. It was very nice to end the day on this. Also, great to have given you an excuse to go back to Europe. Hope to see you again this for ESA. This will be it for Stream 2 for today, but make sure you are back here bright and early. Well, not that bright, but we are gamers, so 10 a.m. tomorrow we will be back with Star Control 2. For now, the next run scheduled is go to sleep. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
And I'm off to the airport. Oh boy.